ever wanted to purchase an Oriental or Persian rug, we're going to tell you everything you need to know so that you are making the right decision and the right choices. So Jackie Glass is back with us with a beautiful selection, starting with the one that we're standing on right now. So is this a Persian or Oriental?
This is a Persian rug.
Okay.
So I want to demystify some of that. So basically, a Persian rug only comes from Iran.
Right.
The rest of them would be called Oriental, and that covers things from India to Tibet. Like there's this wide, it's sort of the umbrella that encompasses all these different countries that produce these products.
Okay.
So this is a Persian rug. But what I want to talk to you about is that rugs for people, you might say, oh my goodness, like you can buy rugs, different price points and layers.
Yes.
But buying one that's an investment piece, because it's often the jewelry of the room, as is artwork.
That's
so
right.
For me as a designer, the end of the job is usually when I start tackling, we've already picked all the furniture, that's when I start to go, let's look at artwork, let's look at the rugs.
Yes.
So whether you decide to buy an investment rug or buy one and mix it with lesser priced rugs, you know, from different stores, different sources, it's important to see what you're buying. So with that, this rug is what we typically think of as a Persian rug. It's bright colors, they're very primary. This rug, by the way, is 80 years old. It's 100% wool, and it's been valued at over $30,000.
Over $30,000.
It has been well trod on, and you can see that the color is intact. It's bright, it's bold, but a lot of people think, well, that's the rug. Nah, I don't know if I like it, because it's a little more traditional.
Right.
So now rug companies are going into transitional as well as modern collections. So let's look at this one. Now this is a transitional, and you can see the colors are really vivid.
Yeah.
This is actually a blend of wool and silk.
Okay.
And incidentally, when you're buying a good quality rug, they have to either be wool or silk or wool and silk.
Right.
Okay, so this is beautiful. Now, some of the things that vendors, when they're out in the markets buying for their shops, and I use Imperial Rug Galleries, I use them all the time because they're really reputable, and it's really important to go to someone that knows their stuff.
Yeah.
What they will do is they're looking for a few things. What they're looking for is whether it's vegetable dye or chemical dye. They're looking if it's got a good quality wool or good quality silk. And they're also just looking for the overall color value and just the overall patterning of it and just the knot count, because it's like sheets, you know, that thread count. The tighter the knot, the better the weave, and you can actually see the pattern.
Right.
Now there's some really interesting stories, because back in the day there are vertical looms, and they still use those vertical looms. And they sit in front of it and they make it, but they used to kind of create their own patterns. Well, now they get a digital printout and they're told to make it. So that's where you're getting patterns that are a little bit more modern.
Right.
So this particular one, as I said, it's a beautiful blend, and it values about $8,500.
$8,500.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that you want the vegetable dye over the chemical dye.
Yes.
Okay, so...
And I'll show you the difference in the colors.
Why don't you do that?
That's what a vendor will look for, and that's what you should ask for.
So you can see it's getting more and more contemporary as we move along.
This is Modern Art Collection.
That's gorgeous.
It's beautiful. Now this one is pure silk.
Okay.
It's valued at about $13,000.
Okay.
So you can see, now interestingly, it does not have a fringe.
Yes.
So from a trend point of view, fringing is a little bit, not so, you know, people don't want their fringes. So if you do have a rug that does have a fringe, you can get it removed. Something that's also interesting is that if you flip it, the color will change. It will have more of a shadow. And so depending on the season, sometimes you want to walk in and see the lighter, brighter colors.
Yes.
And sometimes you don't. So you can always just flip it around.
Nice.
So these are really beautiful. And what I like is that because they don't actually have a specific border, you can cut them down to size. So a lot of people will walk in and go, I love that rug, and because it's handmade, they can't actually get a smaller size perhaps. Well, now you can cut it down.
That's excellent. So just a few things for people to keep in mind. The rug budget might be a lot more than you think it's going to be if you're looking for a quality rug. And of course, I'm acting all nonchalant when you say 30 grand and 13,000, but really I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to faint.
I know.
But the reason why, the reason why you're paying those prices is for the amount of work that goes into it. And I can't believe that first rug is 80 years old and people have been stepping on that.
Exactly.
That's incredible. So we've got some pictures right now of just the process of creating these rugs. This first one,
this is silk.
Silk
drawing. These are the way it's done in these countries, because they do not have facilities that they can naturally to dry them properly or through artificial means, so they use the sun.
Okay.
So that's just the silk drying. And then the next image actually shows the rugs drying. So if it's a rainy season, these are outside, they're on a concrete pad, but they're drying naturally in the sun. And if it's monsoon season, then it might take a little longer to get your rug.
Right.
Okay? So, now, let's talk about different ones. This is a 100% wool rug. This is vegetable dye.
Okay.
This is a chemical dye, as is this one. And what I want to point out to you is that basically when you're looking for the vegetable dye, it's a little more muted. It wears naturally.
Right.
These are sharper colors, and there's nothing wrong with a chemical dye, but it will affect the price point.
Yeah.
All right. So that's important.
So it's going to be it's going to be less money.
Yes.
For the chemical dye.
It can be. It can be. So it depends on the detailing. So this one is a beautiful example, again, of a cut rug. And what they do when they come off of the looms, like they're really furry, so they shear them down much like a sheep. But when you start, and this is a really beautiful popular trend, which is to cut away the wool even more. And they use a pair of scissors like this and they hand do it.
Oh, wow.
So you can imagine somebody sitting there and cutting away all that pattern. And that's where that price starts to escalate a little bit.
And I love the look of these rugs. I mean, they feel really good underfoot, but they even feel good. So it's just raised a little bit in certain places.
It's a beautiful, beautiful look.
I didn't know it was that
silk and wool.
organic.
Yes,
That's
it
really
is.
lovely.
It's still